A very good evening to you all. You're joining us on Prime TV News. I'm Dilani Shatilaka. Let's have a look at the headlines first. President's secretary resigns. Prime Minister emphasizes that the present government had not sold any property to a foreign country. Vijay apologizes over the statement she has made. Court has imposed a limit on foreign travel on 8 directors of perpetual treasuries. At least 8 are dead in Quebec as heat waves continue. Now for news in detail. Secretary to the President, Mr. Austin Fernando, resigned from his position and bid farewell to his office. The former governor to the Eastern Province was appointed to the position in July 2017 following the resignation of then Secretary to the President, P.B. Abekon. A former Defence Secretary and reputed civil service officer, Austin Fernando, retired as a senior official in the Sri Lanka Administrative Service before he was appointed as an advisor and later governor by the President. Earlier in his illustrious career, he served as the government agent for Polonnaruwa District and Nuwara Eliya District. He was later appointed as the Commissioner of Cooperative Development and Postmaster General. He became the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Rehabilitation, Ministry of Public Administration, Home Affairs and Provincial Councils. President Sirisena appointed Fernando as a presidential advisor on 15th January 2015. He was thereafter appointed Governor of the Eastern Province on the 27th of January 2015. He resigned in order to become Secretary to the President of Sri Lanka on the 1st of July 2017. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that the Chinese government had never impressed upon Sri Lanka with respect to the Hambantota harbour, pointing out that a harbour devoid of ships was made a port in which vessels arrived. The Prime Minister said that it would be transformed into a developed harbour. Premier Wickremesinghe made these references, making a special statement on the revelation made by the New York Times newspaper with respect to the former president.
The Prime Minister emphasized that not a single property of the island had been sold to any foreign country. He pointed out that even the Hambantota harbour had not been sold. He said that initially they received a harbour without ships, but now ships have begun to arrive and the harbour is making profits. He said that even the Mattala International Airport is to be made a viable venture. In the meantime, the Prime Minister pointed out that the National Audit Commission should be looked in a democratic manner. He made this reference when the National Audit Bill was taken up for debate in Parliament today.
We can be happy that since 2015, after the election of Maithripala Sirisena as President, after the election of this Parliament, a total democratic structure has come into place and you can enjoy the freedoms today. You have all the independent commissions, the Constitutional Council, the independence of the Supreme Court and the other courts, the Judicial Service Commission, the Election Commission, the Public Service Commission, the National Police Commission. Then we have the Audit Commission. We'll be having the Right to Information Law. So these are all the legislation brought in by this government which has put a democratic structure into place. There will be shortcomings. Police Commission and all have shortcomings. We can correct those. But the fact is that we have put there into place a structure where the executive or the administration can function and the judiciary can function without coming under undue political pressure.
State Minister Vijay Maheshwaran has made an apology over the statement she had made at a state function held in Jaffna recently. She had extended this apology, making a special statement to the Vasantham TV channel of the independent television network. She further mentioned that she had made the statement due to the tension and emotional disturbances that happened during the recent period in the events that had occurred in the north. Inquiries with respect to the statement made by her have commenced after Speaker Karu Jayasuriya intimated to the Attorney General to look into whether her statement had violated the Constitution. Mrs. Maheshwaran said that she is prepared to take future actions in accordance to its decision. pointing out that she met Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe in Colombo and had discussions with him and said that she is prepared to take any decision respecting the law. The court has imposed a limit on foreign travel on 8 directors of perpetual treasuries. The ruling was given by Colombo Fort Magistrate Lanka Jayaratna. Jeffrey Joseph Aloysius requested not to impose a limit on his foreign travel, but the magistrate issued the order rejecting the request. His lawyer requested that the limit on foreign travel should not be imposed, as Jeffrey Joseph Aloysius has so far supported in the investigations and no evidence has surfaced that he would flee the country. The magistrate said that his request cannot be granted as the Perpetual Treasury's Board of Directors had to bear the responsibility with respect to the allegations. In the meantime, the owner of Perpetual Treasuries Limited, Arjun Aloysius, and its CEO, Kasun Palisena, were further remanded until 19th of July. The AG's department also informed the courts that 3 phones and 5 SIM cards were found in the prison ward of Arjun Aloysius. It was also revealed that the authorities have found a phone under his mattress. A ceremony to bid farewell to former chairman of the independent television media network, Saman Ataude Hetty, was held at the ITN premises today. It was titled Saman Mehewarata Hadin Harasara.
The farewell ceremony was joined by ITN Media Network current chairperson Tilaka Jayasundara, Chief Executive Officer Chandana Tilakaratna, Working Director Vimal Katapeyarachchi, General Manager Aruna Vijay Singha and Chairman of the National Youth Services Council, Attorney Randa Velyange. The ITN senior management and staff members also joined in the occasion. A memento on behalf of the ITN Media Network was presented to former chairman Saman Ataude Hetty. It was handed over to the chairperson by the most senior employee, Sandhya Senanayaka. Thereafter, the memento was handed over to Saman Ataude Hetty by the incumbent chairperson. ITN chairperson Tilaka Jayasundara said that in her life she does not start from the beginning but study the work that was performed by her earlier colleague and add more to that. She said that she intended to continue with the good things that the earlier chairman had done and take the ITN Media Network to the standards expected by the people of the country with the support of the staff members. The National Youth Services Council also presented a memento to former chairman Saman Ataude Hetty. Youth Services Council Chairman Eranda Velyange in his address said that they have heard that there are more fathers for victory but none for defeat. He referred to the human qualities possessed by Saman Ataude Hetty. He was always with them during victories and setbacks. Later expressing his views, former chairman Saman Ataude Hetty pointed out that there are children who work loyally, but there are some who are stubborn. However, he emphasized the ITN mother loves each and every one. Even though they are sometimes punished, the ITN mother's affection is the same at all times. We should ask ourselves whether we have treated that same mother equally and whether we have expressed our gratitude to her. If the response is yes, then the former chairman said that we could be satisfied. The farewell ceremony drew to a close with a feature presented by Chatura Vijay Ratna, the announcer of the Tasan Bapa program broadcast by ITN FM.
Excise officials in Gampaha have raided a cigar manufacturing plant which was operating without a license.
9,000 cigars, 50 kilograms of tobacco pieces and some equipment were recovered from the location. It is revealed that the produce has been distributed countrywide. Meanwhile, 6 suspects who were conspiring to sell 2 pieces of ivory without a license have been arrested from the Kalaniya area. They had planned to sell them for 1.5 million rupees.
3 persons have died in several accidents that happened in the island. The police said that these accidents had occurred in the Kuliyapitiya, Badulla and Godakavela areas.
A 4-year-old child was killed in a motor accident in the Madampe area in Kuliyapitiya. The accident resulted in a collision of a motorbike with a lorry. The child, who was critically injured following the accident, died after being admitted to the Kuliyapitiya hospital.
One person suffered critical injuries in a motor accident that happened at the Varunagama junction along the Vellavaya-Monaragala main road. The accident happened after the person who was riding a motorbike veered off the road and crashed onto a bus stand as he was unable to control the speed. The bus stand was destroyed in the accident. An accident occurred when a van transporting school children to the Kuliapitia town from the Meeghatota area collided with a lorry. 4 school children and the van driver suffered injuries. CCTV footage on this accident has been received. The Aturugiriya police have taken into custody 3 persons who were engaged in thefts and burglaries in the Ambulgama, Panagoda and Medamandiya areas. The Aturugiriya police said that they had been engaged in robbing motorbikes, cash and jewellery by showing a pistol and a sword after arriving on a motorbike during the night. The suspects were apprehended while staying in an abandoned house in a deserted area at Dedigamua in Ranala. It is mentioned that the police seized from their possession a revolver, 5 live bullets and 3 motorbikes. Aturugiriya OIC Upul Alavatta said that the 3 suspects were due to be produced in the Homagama courts. CCTV footage with respect to the shooting targeting the chief incumbent of the Kirivehera Raja Mahavihara, the Venerable Kobavaka Damminda Thera, has been received.
The chief Sanganayaka of the Ruhunu Magampattua and chief incumbent of the Kirivehera Raja Mahavihara, the Venerable Kobavaka Damminda Thera, and another monk of the Vihara were injured in the shootout. Both monks are receiving treatment and are recovering.
That's all we have for you today. Prime News returns tomorrow. And in the meantime, make www.itnnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest in news at home and overseas. Have a pleasant week. Good night.